Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. The game that teaches us that, uh, hmm. 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 The game that teaches us that... Fuck, I cannot think of anything. I'm trying, but I can't think of anything. The game that teaches us that Maruk makes a pretty good delivery boy. I need to come up with something better. Anyways, let's just hop right in. You gonna let me in, or... Ah! Officer Maruk. Late as usual. Yes, please, come in. Late? Ha! Doc, you can count every tick if you want, but at least I remembered to bring lunch. Yes, yes, we should count even the smallest victories for you. Alright, Doc, you made your point. And bottom. He is a bottom, though. Is that why he's so angry all the time? I don't know. Too much? Sorry. Please come in. Thank you for bringing lunch. Yeah, I don't understand them at all. But with that out of the way, Maruk comes in and drops the tray down in front of me. Nothing new. So, Doc, I know you got assistance. Why have me running all around the station just to bring you food, huh? Miss me that much? Miss you? I just thought you could use some exercise. Pfft, whatever. How's, all this going? It's going well. Just simple tests right now. Taking their weight, height, some vitals again. Just to monitor for the future. I, didn't ask Tucker, but you did say you were an adult, so I kind of assumed you won't be growing much more, will you? What? Pfft, what a silly question. But no, that makes sense to ask. Oh, no. But don't worry too much if my weight changes from day to day. That kind of just happens. I will note that, thank you. Hey, Maruk, how are you here anyways? Aren't you busy today? I am. Oh my. So he's pissy because he's a bottom. That makes a lot of sense. Because he's a fucking twink. I am. What? Questioning why I'd bother spending time coming to help out? Suddenly, I wish he wasn't here. I wonder why. No, I'm just finishing up some paperwork today. I don't get back out to real work till tomorrow. Trust me, this was a welcome excuse. Didn't you have enough time for that the last few days? You'd think that, wouldn't ya? But no. At least, that's not what the old chief thinks. Or at least, what he's telling me. But at least now that I'm back in my office, I can finish some of it up a bit faster. No. Distractions. You? Get distracted? Perish the thought. While I can't understand whatever the fuck you just said, I know it was an insult, Kit. Watch it. Next time I'll... He stops as his eyes meet Doc's, who has a less than welcoming expression. Can you two please... For 5 minutes. Just enjoy lunch. Oh god, he sounded like a... Let me see if I can do that with like a proper mom voice. Let me see if I can... I lost my cursor. I just lost my cursor and I found it. I found my cursor. I lost my cursor and then I found it. I want to read that. Can you two please... For 5 minutes... Just enjoy lunch. We're fine, Doc. Yeah. I was just threatening him. Nothing to worry about. Oh, Tucker. Oh, Tucker, I know you hate him, but don't. Doc just rolls his eyes and writes some notes down on his monitor, turning away from us. Maruk very loudly unwraps his sandwich, catching a scathing side-eye from Doc. Unperturbed, and through a full mouth, Maruk tries to change the subject. So, Doc, nothing to report then? Nothing that you'd have to worry about. Please, Maruk, try to relax some. I know you've been on edge for almost a week now. Doc just rolls his eyes. With Maruk cowed from worrying, he gives up and finishes his lunch. For such a fit carrying, he eats like a monster. the stare burger barely lasting more than 5 bites before disappearing. Hey, Doc. I know you normally have some other people running around and doing stuff for you, but when they ain't here, it's kind of creepy being alone in here. I mean, it's fine and all. It's just a big place for only the two of you. Yes, my assistants are elsewhere, and no, they were not given clearance to work with Tucker. Not yet, at least. But it's fine, I can manage. I know how to work everything in here, and if I need another pair of paws, I'll just call you. I know how much you love spending time away from work. Pfft, look, I'll come if you need me, Doc. Hiya. I'll come if you need me, Doc, but I don't think I know nearly as much about medicine as your assistants do. Heh. No, I do not think it would be wise for you to assist with anything that technical. But if you are ever on patrol or find yourself walking by, feel free to stop in. Do you? Find yourself close by, I mean. I still don't understand how big this place is. I'm not quite sure how to explain it in measurements you would understand, Tucker. And I'm still not sure it's a good idea to tell you that at all. Ignoring Officer Maruk here, the station itself is quite massive. It's not the largest in Alrain, but that's not important right now. As I've said before, it houses roughly 500 carrying, as well as labs and facilities for all of us, including necessities like the engines, generators, and other essential systems. Geez, Doc, why don't you just give him the layout and security specs while you're at it? If you keep this up, I just may. With that, Maruk backs down. I do hope he becomes at least a bit less suspicious of me soon. If not outright trusting me. Or at least trusting in my inability to do any real harm to anyone here. He does know he knocked me out with a single tackle, right? Wait, did he? I mean, I blacked out, but that means he must have hit me seriously hard and I don't remember being that hurt. Hey, Maruk? I think Doc's just trying to piss off Maruk. I don't know. When you, detained me, how did you do it so fast? Through pure skill and my amazing natural talent. What do you mean? Tucker, are you sure you want to talk about this? No, I mean, I went out like a light. How did you make me faint so fast? Are you asking how I knocked you out so fast? Here, look. Lifting an empty paw, I lean in. I can see he's wearing some kind of biker gloves. Actually, now that I think about it, he's had those on before. Maruk, please be careful. If you hurt Tucker... No, come on. Look at this. You're curious, aren't you? Looking back and forth between the two, I lean in a bit further before... Zap. An arc of energy bounces between his claws. Jumping back, I almost fall out of my chair before Doc manages to catch me. I think he was ready for that, actually. Maruk! I said be careful, damn it! He's fine. I didn't get him. What was that? That's one of the security team's less aggressive forms of detainment. Ha! Tucker took it fine once, Doc. Don't worry so much. But yeah, it's an integrated electroshock self-defense weapon. See? A few more fairly harmless arcs of energy bounce between his claws and the padded material of his glove. I've got no idea how he's controlling it, but I'll be damned if it isn't kind of awesome. Motherfucker's lightning bending. Kazula. Maruk, please. We talked about this. No weapons inside my lab. Oh, God. Even sounds like a mom. Like, Maruk, please. We talked about this. No weapons in the house. No weapons inside my lab. I would laugh my ass off if Maruk forgot he had gloves on and starts washing his hands on the sink. Oh no! I'd laugh my ass off. Fine, but yeah. That's why you dropped so fast. I can imagine. So wait, how come you aren't getting shocked by it, though? You're asking the wrong Karen. Turning to Doc, he just shakes his head. Yeah, he's a firebender. Look, I may know a lot about technology, but I usually ignore anything that is used as a weapon. Not really my interest. That's noble of him, but I guess I shouldn't have expected less from a doctor after all. Still, it seems that carrying technology still has quite a few ways to shock me. Literally sometimes. Root go boom. Ah! Hey, finish up, Tucker. I just got sent more damn files that need approving. I gotta go. Oh, right. Finishing up the last of my lunch, I hand him the tray and he heads for the door. Thank you, Maruk. Same time tomorrow? Yeah, don't worry about... I can no longer hear him as he walks down the hall, but Doc just nods his head and closes the door. Bye, Maruk. You fucking bottom. No, Rune gives me Earthbender vibes. Rune gives me strong Earthbender vibes, like Bolin from The Legend of Korra. I swear to God, like, they have the same amount of brain cells. 3. The cool blue-green lights suddenly seem colder and less full. How's lunch, Tucker? Are you ready to continue for the day? Yeah, I'm all good, Doc. Just let me know what to do. With a smile, he turns to his monitor and checks his schedule. A few whispered mumbles and rogue keyboard inputs later, he turns to me. I had prepared a small presentation for you if you would want. Otherwise, there are just some small remedial tests to run today. A presentation? Oh, right. He did say something about maybe teaching me some things about... well, something anyways. Yo! I just straight up opened a door. Oh, sure, Doc. And do you mind also returning to my desk there? That's where the monitor is. I'll set everything up. Ah, gotcha. It takes him a moment to understand what I meant, but as I start to head over, I think it clicks. I move my stool so I can see the screen better and just wait for Doc as he flips some switches on the far wall. You moved? You'll have a much better view from where you were sitting. Huh? Then how will I see the screen? I say, pointing at his monitor. The what? Oh. Don't worry about that. Trust me. Intrigued, I take his word for it and move back to my old seat closer to the desk and wait. Just slowly sipping on my glass of water. Doc excitedly taps away at his keyboard until... What the hell? What? Well? What do you think? I had no idea these projections got this big! I stand up to inspect it closer. It looks like it just popped up out of the ground, but upon closer inspection, there's a small device built into the desk, it seems. He got games on your monitor? I try to touch it, and I swear I felt a bit of resistance, but my hand ends up just going right through it. I try to move some of the aspects being projected, and to my surprise, they actually move when I reach for them! Doc, does this thing work like a monitor? Yes! I don't often need to use it like this. Erwin... Can we play Minecraft? Oh no. Yeah, I don't often need to use it like this, but sometimes it's better to visualize things or just have the screen up when I'm working. Sometimes? Not all the time? This thing is so cool! There's holograms, huge monitors, and some other tech. I swear to God, it's an Elon Musk situation. Or, like, any other tech inventor situation. Swear to God, it's like one of those situations. Or whatever, because, like... Nah, I don't know. Wait, he grew up around here. Tyr is smart as hell with technology. Tyr is smart as hell with technology, which means that... Nah, I'm not even going to bother. This thing is so cool! How can you stand not using it? I don't know. I prefer just using a normal monitor. These new ones eat up power as well. I am trying to pay attention to him, really. But as he keeps talking, I find myself just moving tabs left and right and opening and closing files. As he does not urge me to stop, I enjoy my time with it. It's so weird. When I move something with enough force, it seems to carry some of that momentum with it as if I were actually pushing it aside. After a few more minutes of experimenting and messing up Doc's desktop, I return to my seat. I turn to Doc, who is just beaming. Eventually, he closes all the tabs I opened and pulls up what he was looking for. Don't click private files, man. Oh no! Did we just accidentally... Did we just accidentally open up the, Karen version of... whatever? You know the site. You know the site. You know the one. It has like a drum beat right before. Thank you. Thank you. The Karen version of monosodium glutamate. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't want to know. Alright, I hope this will be satisfactory. I did not have as much time as I would have liked to prepare this. Most of it is just from our archives here. Anything you show me will be enough, Doc. I can't wait to learn about, whatever you were showing me today. I thought I'd give you a brief overview of the Lean system, if that is something that interests you. Learning about an alien system filled with new life and technology? Yeah, I think I'd like to learn about that. Well, let us begin. I have been moving like Sheldon Cooper staring at something for like a full minute. Let me make sure there's nothing inappropriate on there, otherwise I'll have to bring up the half screen or possibly full screen sensor. Words at Travel 2.1, 2.1, game, scroll down, images, I think it'd be under sprites. Is it under movies? Where the fuck is it? Like, I want to figure out if this is going to cause issues. What the hell? Let me like open up some of these files and try and figure out what the hell is all this. Or just wait for them to load because they're loading. Because I think I need to know. Alright, it's like loading slowly. So it's loading. My dog's being weird. What are you doing? What are you doing, mister? What are you doing, mister? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna just assume we're safe. Yeah, I'm gonna just assume we're safe. Alright. Now, all life in our system, as I'm sure is the same in yours, is due in part to our star. Our star, an orange dwarf star, is named Arius. That's a lovely name. Mine is named Sol, I think. It would make sense since I'm from a solar system. The what? Oh, right. My system. It's called the solar system because the star is named Sol. At least I think that's why it's called that. That's what your system is called? I'll be sure to note that. Haha, bad pun. It'd be great if I could help Doc learn more about my system than just some names and the order of the planets. But I don't think I can pull more information out of thin air. Tucker? What? Should I continue? Oh, yeah. Of course. The first planet in our system, Tirum, is completely uninhabitable as it is far too small to have its own magnetic field and it is too close to our sun. As such, it's constantly blasted with solar radiation. Sounds like a fun place. Ha! You may joke, but there have been attempts. Or rather, proposals to set up mining facilities under the planet's surface. Whoa, wait, really? Is that possible? Currently, no, as it would mainly just not be worth the resources put into it. But if you so wished, you could probably survive there with the right equipment. It might not be the best spot to visit, though. Right, yeah. Now, moving out, we have our homeworld. Ooh, beautiful and lovely Leo. It supports a wide variety of ecosystems, as well as being the most populated planet in our system. Right, they have more than one. I almost feel jealous. I'm sure I could give you a lecture that would take all day about Leo. My. But should I move on and talk about some of the other planets instead? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. We're not even hitting 30 FPS right now. I think we'll have plenty of time to go into the specifics later, but for now, just a general overview would be great. Of course. Well, after Leo we have Urian, being the first planet that we expanded to. It's mostly a desert planet, but agricultural advancements have taken massive strides in making it far more habitable. That being said, it's still mostly a desert. These motherfuckers read Minecraft enchantment table. Urine. We'll just call it urine. Uriun. That being said, it's still mostly a desert. It didn't even have its own oceans until they were dredged from under the surface. Is that where Maruk is from? Oh, yes. I know he doesn't talk about it much, but I think he's proud of it. Proud? Yes, Uriun has a history of being an almost inhospitable frontier planet, and its people take that as something to be very proud of. Well, if it means anything to him, I think Maruk is tough. At least when he's not falling on his face or running after the chief. Yes! Still, it's good to have a name for it. After Uriun, we have Dis, a similar desert planet that has been tested as a possible location for expansion. Although its core is far weaker and setting up an atmosphere on any planet is no easy feat. I'm sorry, Tucker. I just realized, but you can understand all of this, right? I don't mean to insult your intelligence, but... am I going to get talked down to just because my species hasn't expanded beyond our home planet? I appreciate him asking, though. But for now... Funny joke. But for now, everything seems okay. No, you're good. I'll let you know if anything does get too complicated, though. Oh, good. But yes, it's similar to Uriun. But it seems as though it would be considerably harder to make it habitable for life. Maruk the Explorer. Maruk the Explorer. The fifth planet in our system is Morendi. The planet itself was fairly uninteresting, being mostly composed of rocks and with a weak magnetic field. However, one of the moons proved to be quite the surprise. The moon known as Reich was found to be almost covered in land masses and ice. Using a new, at the time, experimental technology, we were able to turn the planet into a lush paradise. Huh? What do you mean, Doc? Well, I don't wholly understand it, but I believe they found a way to create an artificial atmosphere long enough to melt all of the ice and fertilize the oceans with oxygen-producing life forms. And eventually they were able to grow vast amounts of plant life on the surface, allowing for habitation. Well, what, Doc? Well, while it is habitable, I can't fathom why anyone would want to live there. Their experiment worked a bit too well, in some ways, and Reich has one unfortunate downside. The technology they used affected the weather, and because of that, it is always raining on Reich. Wait, always? It never stops? Correct. The plants have since adapted to it, so even trying to correct this error might cause more damage than it would good. But yes, the second expansion of the carrion ended with a perpetually raining moon. But it is uninhabited, right? Oh yes, there are those that live on the planet. I've heard that the cities are inside giant habdomes, so the citizens don't get rained on all the time. But if you live in the outskirts or even further, well, I'm sure they are used to it, but it sounds awful to me. It sounds kind of peaceful. But I'm sure it would get annoying, yeah. The total lack of weather up here certainly is in contrast. For better or worse, but daily rain? Heh. Anyways, where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4... Ah, yes! The sixth planet in our system is Novale, which just happens to be where we are located. Located? Are we orbiting a planet? Correct. I'd love for you to see it sometime. The view from up here is truly otherworldly. I guess I never thought about that. Makes more sense than just the station floating somewhere in space. Yes, we are in geostationary orbit around Novale, so as to not accidentally get too close to its rings. Rings? This planet has rings? Correct. You do know what those are, right? I believe you drew some for us earlier. Oh, yeah, I do. It's just kind of surprising to hear that. Is it? May I ask why? Well, I realize I don't really have a good answer for that. Ha! All things considered, orbiting a planet with rings seems like maybe the most normal thing going on around here. Funny joke. It's shocking, sure, but I guess compared to giant spaceships, talking dogs, and a hologram presentation, at least planets back home had rings too. I just shrug and Doc accepts that's the best he's gonna get right now. Uh-huh. Well, Novale is a gas giant, so there isn't too much to do down there. Except be torn apart by its gravity. Yeah, I think I did know that part. And wait, is that us? Oh, what do you mean? That illustration. Is that the station? Looking back at his own presentation, he notices what I am talking about. Oh, yes, that's us. Yeah. Say hello to Ikoriad Station. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. Or maybe taller? It's kind of hard to tell which way is down. But wow, it's real. Finally, there's some proof I may actually be in space. I hope I can see it for real one day. I'm sure the station looks even nicer from the outside. I just got it. Wow, that's impressive. But, sorry I cut you off. Is there more? Don't worry about that, Tucker. And yes! The last and final planet in our system is Reclane, which is also the largest planet in our system. I'm sad to report that, beyond being the largest planet in our reign, it's fairly uninteresting. It's just another gas giant. I mean, we have 2 gas giants back home as well. Wait. Maybe we have 4. Anyways, yeah, they were the big ones I drew as well. I had my suspicions, but I did want to hear it from you first. But that's about all I had prepared. Sorry it was so short. Would you like to ask any questions? I could just as easily give you an entire lecture on any of these planets, but we might not have the time for that. Oh, my dog is saying hello. Say hello. Hello. What are you doing? Ah! Ah! What are you doing? Ah, say hello. Ah. At least, not right now. I was hoping you could explain your system sometime. I am very curious what you could tell me about it. Attack on dog. He is, like, being weird as hell right now. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ah! I could try, but I'm not sure how much I can remember about it. But I was curious if you could tell me more about Leo. Well, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation of every planet and not bore you with the details. I didn't mean it like that, but maybe you could tell me more about it? Like, I don't know, how many oceans are there? How many continents? What did I... Oh, geography stuff. Right. Large bodies of water? And, like, big areas where people live. Ah, oceans, I understand. And what was the second one? Cities? No, well, it's fine, I'll figure out how to describe it some other time. But just tell me about it. Oh no. Oh no. Anything really, I'm just curious. Pausing to think for a moment, Doc checks a few things on his monitor before turning back to me. Still with a puzzled expression plastered on his muzzle. Sorry, Tucker. I'm just trying to think of anything that you might enjoy hearing about. I'm sure it will all be fascinating for you. Ah, what are you doing? What are you doing, mister? Ah. As learning about your planet has been, I was just trying to think if there was anything especially interesting. He's right that it will certainly all be interesting. If I'm not mistaken, the carrion who walks on all fours... His name is Maruk. If I'm not mistaken. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ah, go lay down. Ah, go lay down, mister. Ah. But it's very sweet that he thinks he needs to pick out something that will wow me in some way. He could also just be censoring out things he doesn't want me to know. But I'm going to choose to believe he isn't doing that right now. Wait. That does remind me of something. Hey, Doc, before we go forward, can I ask you about something? Oh, sure, Tucker. What is it? When I showed you my system, well, my drawing, you hid it from Tyr, didn't you? I don't particularly remember that. Doc, please. I'm just curious why. You're right, I'm sorry. I simply did not wish to cause him any more stress. Learning you are from another system was a shock for sure. And as he was, and still is unfortunately, busy with his own work, I felt it would be a good idea to tell him another time that we had evidence you are not from Alrain. He knows now, of course. I'm sorry, Tucker, I can understand that may have been confusing. That seems like a fine reason, but Doc has told smaller and stranger lies before. I guess I'll take his word for it, though. I see no reason he would have to lie about something like that. It doesn't concern me if he wants to withhold information from Tyr just to make his day a bit less stressful. But, hasn't he done that with me? I might need to be careful he doesn't omit anything else. Alright, Merowyn. It's fine, I didn't mean to sound accusatory. Thank you for understanding. He has been working extremely hard. For himself and for you. And anything I can do to make that easier for him, I will try. We've gotten a bit off track though, haven't we? Where were we? Oh, we were talking about nature, Doc. What Leo was like. Ah, right. Well, while I don't know too much about your species yet, I can only hope that you'd appreciate some of the nature available on the planet. Some of the nature? Yes. Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to see that for sure. I'm just excited for anything you'd want to show me, Doc. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Tucker. I'll see if I can think of anything else to think of something to show you tomorrow as well. But as for today, I think we should get back to it. There isn't much more to get done, though, so don't worry. Are we just not going to talk about Leo? At all? It's understandable if he wants to prepare something to show me, but nothing? I wonder if he's hiding something. He seems to have a bad habit of doing that. Alright. I guess I'm not really here to learn. I'm here to get a checkup. With a nod, we continue with the exams. Ooh? He was right, though. They aren't that bad as we breeze through some simple exams like an eye test and a hearing test. He also conducts a small test, but I think I did pretty poorly on it. I guess that does answer if they have better sensory glands than us, though. Doc takes his time taking notes as the marks pass by. Neither of us stopping to converse more than to go over the exam and ask how I feel, which is kind of him. But it does start to get a bit much when he's even worried about swabbing down my arm with disinfectant. Eventually, however, he seems content with the work that had been done today and spends some time writing up a report for Tyr, and I presume the captain. Watching him work is strange. He's nothing like Maruk in how he moves. While Maruk may be a fast worker, or at least have the capacity to feign being fast, Doc moves at a glacial pace. Sometimes he even types with one finger at a time, constantly checking back and forth between the keyboard and what he had written. I'd almost offer to help him, but I think that might just slow him down further. If that were even possible. With that said, though, there is a certain comfort to it, as he is very deliberate with his actions, and almost no effort is wasted. Besides when he mistypes something. Seems like kind of a waste, though. Having to type all that up yourself and format it. Especially with learning AIs and all that. There is nothing respectful about the way we are staring. There is absolutely nothing respectful about it. Wait. Hey, Merowyn? He responds without turning away from his monitor. I know you have, like, learning AI and some pretty damn advanced computers, but you have other kinds of AI? It is time to pull them up. Let me find them real quick. Because there's way too much in this scene. There's way too much shit in this scene. There we go. I really hope AI has been translated correctly. Otherwise, he might not understand me. What do you mean, Tucker? Well, I was just curious if there were other more advanced AIs than the learning AI you guys are using to understand me. Oh, of course. The station is a host to a few. Why? Wait, a few? So I can talk to one? Are they sentient? Are they what? I'm not sure what you were expecting, Tucker, but most AI are just used to run computations. Oh, so I can't talk to any? Talk to... No, sorry. There have been amazing strides in the field of artificial intelligence in recent years, but I do not believe that there are any that impressive. And I would know. Well, Tyr would know at least. Think of them more as very advanced monitors. Oh well, worth a shot. It makes sense that they'd use them for running complicated equations and such, though. Aww. Not gonna lie, I was secretly hoping that we would get another Byte situation, like we would get another AI situation like we have in Soul Creek with Byte. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for that. With all the talk of research around here, I can't imagine that much would get done without some impressive computers. Monitors. It's still impressive, but I am a bit disappointed nonetheless. As Doc wraps up his notes, I notice that he seems to be getting distracted quite a bit. Most of the time, he usually ends up just looking at me before realizing I'm staring back and turns away quickly. It's a bit endearing, if not a bit silly. He's a massive Karen, and I'm... me. What is there to be intimidated by? Tucker. Yeah, Marrow? Okay, I think I can bring down the, respectfully staring in a disrespectful manner overlay. Yeah, Marrow? I know it need not be said, but I still think it's worth repeating. Thank you for this opportunity. What are you talking about? Having the privilege to study and examine you. It's truly everything I could have hoped for. And I know you may not feel as though you have a say in all of this, or that this may be tiring, but you have been so helpful here, so thank you. Really? I suppose from his perspective, this must all be something so new and fascinating. Oh my. I can't see it, but maybe it's there. That wonder of discovery he must be feeling. Oh, well, I'm glad to help. Let me know if you need anything. Just gonna sit here on this stool. Tucker, please, can you let me know if you need anything, okay? Actually, I think I might. Yes? I've asked before, but it's kind of becoming an issue now. I really need new clothes. And not just another shirt, like whole outfits. Or I need to be able to wash my clothes at least. I don't think that's what he was expecting me to ask for. Not that I can tell. But his expression of mild worry and confusion does tell me that he may have been ignoring my pleas. Or at least thought he did enough with just one new shirt and some underwear. Oh, well, setting up your clothes to be washed shouldn't be too hard. I'll make sure your guardian knows to include your laundry in with theirs. And perhaps I can make sure it gets done more often. As for new clothes, I already sent out a work order. But I am unsure when anything will come up. I'm sorry, Tucker. There's so much to take care of that I had to put that issue off for now. Has it been an issue? No. Well, yes, but it's not horrible. I just don't like feeling dirty. Right, of course. And you shouldn't. Shouldn't be dirty, that is. Let me... Turning back to his monitor, he scrolls through some pages and documents, before quickly, well, as quickly as he can, typing out a message and turning back to me. There! I changed it from a lower priority issue to a higher one. Now, hopefully some new clothes turn up soon. Or at least some in your size. Thank you, Merwin. I didn't expect him to get so worried about it. Didn't expect him to get so worried about it. I might have underestimated how much he worries about everything, actually. At least he cares. Well, he seems to anyways. After that, time seems to slip away from us as the blue-green lights turn to a haze in the dimly lit lab. What little work left for the day gets done or postponed. I help Doc clean up what little mess there was, much to his protest, and we share a small and fairly early dinner. One of his assistants brought it by, just barely peeking their head inside to catch a glimpse at me. I wave. They run. Figures. Doc doesn't seem to have noticed as he just brings me the tray. Even less food this time, just soup and a salad. Why does it feel cold all of a sudden? No. And yet I've suddenly got goosebumps crawling up my arms. Fortunately, Doc is busy and I can hide it. I'm not sure how I would explain that to him, as what I can only assume is, dusk turns to night, Doc suggests finishing up. An idea I agree with all too well. Packing up what little I brought, we prepare to leave for the day. Well, how do you feel, Tucker? Your first full day out of that cell. Oh, yeah, I guess it was... Are you not happy? Are you okay? Huh? Oh, He's right. Of course, that was it. A full day without being behind glass. A day free of prying eyes. Kind of. But, was it? I was still just in one room. I felt eyes burn into the back of my head. Hell, Doc's assistants can't even come and see me and... No. Away! Away! Not today. I have to keep it together. It was fine. Nothing happened. And that's good. Well, it's okay. An improvement, if nothing else. Yeah. Sorry, it just went by so fast. I don't think I've had time to think about it much yet. He leans over a bit to get a closer look at me. Not looming, but a more thoughtful and intensive action. His caring eyes meet mine as they scan me for any sign of doubt or deceit. Yeah. His head gently leans from one side to another as his care turns to worry back to his soft smile. Why do I feel so sad all of a sudden? Like I've hurt him or done something awful. I can feel myself becoming warmer. My hands starting to get clammy. A small tick as my eyes start to try and turn away to meet anything but his own. The wall, the ceiling, the floor. All are better than looking at him. But why, damn it? Oh no. I know why. It's as clear as my cell's wall. I am not free at all. I couldn't have so much as left this room as I could my cell. This is just another prison. Another soundproof box for the alien. One warden replaced with another. I almost jump out of my skin as a gentle paw taps my shoulder. I had not realized it, but my head had turned away as well. Turning back to meet him once more, he is just smiling. Not a forced smile, not a happy smile, but a smile nonetheless. I think it is time for bed. Unless you have something you would want to... No! No. You're right. Please. I think it would be smart to retire for the night. Of course, Tucker. Let us depart. We blew up at Merwin. It seems the lights from the room have bled out and saturated the hallways as the pale blue has followed us even here. It's a draining color. A dull and droll light that would normally cause nothing in me. But now it just irks me. And yet, I still don't know why. I feel I would stay stuck. Ooh. Just standing there, unmoving. If it were not for Doc quietly shepherding me along. The blues and grays merge into an all-consuming static as we keep walking, turning what would be a normal walk through the halls into an abyss of my own creation. And what would I know about a normal walk through the halls? I can barely even see them. And yet, they see me. Eyes everywhere and all judging. None caring, none in joy or indifference. Each one is just out of sight. Just sharp enough to activate some latent fear response in me. Each backed up by the pearlescent fangs snarled into a frown. The cold air bites down on me. It's almost inhospitable as I march ever forward. I can feel it gnawing at my extremities, trying to pull me back or slow me down. How can one abide by this? Even the gurgling of pipes and the whispering of vents set me off. The way they creak and groan as if to laugh at me. As though every small inconvenience or obstacle has the gall to affront me now, as if I were some kind of... We're here. Huh? The stream was casually dying the whole time. Oh. We've made it back to the executive hallway. Right. Yeah. I think I need to go the fuck to sleep. Ever punctual, Rune shows up 10 minutes late to let me into my room. I don't even have a key to my own damn room. Not like I had a key for my cell either. He do not exchange words. He speaks silently to a solemn Merwin as I slink by. He knows well enough to not bother me now. I do not shower, nor bother cleaning up at all. I simply crawl into bed and wait. Another day, another time. I simply wish for it all to go black. Day 8. Awake. There is so much content. Eyes open, blood flowing. Then, and only then, does consciousness come back. Fuck. I was out like a light. I guess sometimes your body does work the way you want it to. As more and more senses come back to me, I falter, if just a bit. I still feel it. That dread presence. How? Why? Ugh. Well, I'll try not to let it get to me. It won't get to me. Ugh. And a dry mouth. Getting ready for the day happens in a haze. Leaving the room a blur and walking to Mero's lab might as well have never happened. And yet, we still arrive. Ready for a new day of, well, fun isn't the right word. But I can only hope it will be more interesting than staring at a wall all day. I reclaim my throne atop my stool and simply wait. It does not take long for him to set things up today. He bounces from machine to machine, checking every readout. No Rune. Informing the room as to what occurred last night, as if the room could understand, and pulling out a few tools for the day. His energy seems boundless today, perhaps even a spring in his step. Hopefully some of it rubs off onto me. Usually his cheery presence does help a modicum. Ah, are you finally with us? Good morning, Tucker. You were so tired this morning. I was almost worried. Right. Tired. That's the easier word to use. Yeah. Sorry. Something came over me last night and I slept like a rock. I must have been more exhausted than I had thought. I feel like that's not that hard to do, though. I haven't played Blackgate. I need to play it. I've been wanting to play Blackgate. Right. Well, please do let me know if you need anything. Breakfast should be here in a mark or two. But until then, there are a few tests I'd like to run if that is alright with you. Right. Yeah, sure. Can I maybe just get some water? Of course, help yourself! Help myself? Doc, I don't think I can reach the cabinets. Fortunately, it seems he left my cup out from last night, and I can just barely reach the faucet if I try. Returning to Doc, I can see he already has his favorite tool out. I bet he's going to say something along the lines of, Tucker, I need more blood. Or, please, Tucker, this is to help all of us. Gah. He can have it. I'm just being pissy. But why, damn it? Maybe I'll think clearer after breakfast. Tucker? Oh shit, right. Well, let's at least see if I was right. Do you mind if I could try and take another sample of your blood? I think I almost have enough to stop taking it so regularly. But it would help me in my research. I was close. Excuse me? Wait. Did I say that out loud? I mean, yeah. Sure thing. Oh, God. Bane will... Yeah, shit. I lay out my arm for him as he gives me a confused look before changing his expression to a solemn yet caring smile. He knows I don't particularly like this, and yet I'm still doing it for him. Well, for myself as well, even if I can't understand the benefits of it yet. One paw on the needle, another finds its way to my shoulder. A soft yet massive thumb brushes against my neck, its fur just tickling my still weary skin. My senses suddenly come flooding back as I can feel my face becoming flush. Did he mean to do that? Looking at him intently now, I can see that he is not even looking at me, but instead looking at my arm and the needle. He must have done that by accident. Yeah, surely. It was nice for a moment, however. But the moment passes. The cold of disinfectant. I look away, a soft squeeze. A sharp pinch, 1, 2, 3. A tap on my shoulder, and it's done. Finally, he meets my eyes, and for but a second, his grin is boundless until he focuses on my face. Tucker! What happened? Are you alright? What do you mean? Your face is very, very red. Ah. No, I'm fine, Merwin. That's a normal thing, a normal human thing. Yep, right. Just a normal human occurrence. He gently rotates my head left and right, looking at it from different angles. I try everything in my power not to look him in the eyes. My face is not getting better. I can't tell, but I'd say it's probably getting worse. I had thought I'd noticed this before, but I was unsure. May I ask what has caused it? Okay, that is it. It's over. Time to go bye-byes. Anyways. It's time to go. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. If you need me, I'll be at my funeral. May I ask what has caused it? You did. You did. No, wait. Why did I say that out loud? Oh my. Is it a pain response of some kind? Is it a reaction to the disinfectant or something else? Ah! Ah! I swear, last time I did this exam, you were fine. Your heart rate is spiked as well. Oh, I've definitely made this worse. Can I lie my way out of this? No. I'll just tell him. Alright, I may have not been wholly truthful with you, Marrow. When you were taking my blood, you kind of rubbed my neck, and, well, I was a bit embarrassed. That seems like the best way to put it. Although I'm not sure how he understands. What was that word before? Neck tucker? I'm sorry. It didn't translate. Of course not. That'd be too easy and would save me some embarrassment. Let's try this again. The way you gently touched my neck. It, made me react like that. What are you... Oh. There it is! Yeah. Oh. Oh! And now he's blushing too. Great job, Tucker! Doc timidly tries to look away while collecting himself, as if trying to calm down or find the right thing to say. His eyes darting back and forth behind his half glasses. Both paws land on his desk as he turns away, breathing just a bit too loud and a bit too heavy to be fine. But just as quickly as he lost his composure, he regains it. Tucker, I am dreadfully sorry that I've overstepped my bounds. As your doctor, I take full responsibility and would like to formally apologize. Apologize? Oh man, did you think I was upset? What? Doc, I'm not upset. You don't have to apologize. Why do you think that? It was highly inappropriate, even if it was done by accident, that I interacted with you in that way. You are my patient and should be treated with respect. That is why. Well, I appreciate that. But I don't really want that. What do you mean? I don't want to just be a patient. I don't want to just be an alien. I just want to be here. Does that make sense? I am a bit confused. I just want to be treated normally. I know that's hard right now, but you don't have to get all worried about touching me. You can touch me. It's fine. That would be awful out of context. That would be absolutely horrible out of context. Oh god. Okay, then I'm good. Let me rephrase that. I just want to be here. I know none of this is normal. I mean, I'm a fucking alien to you, but that's just how it is. And yeah, that's weird, but nothing can be done about that. Do you think you could see me as less as a patient and more as a crewmate? His head falls to one side as he tries to understand what I'm saying. The words leave my mouth, and I assume his neural can't keep up. It's no easy request either. I believe I understand you. And if I understand you correctly, then let me apologize for something else. Tucker, I am sorry if I have been treating you as something more than you are. I did not have the intention of setting you on a tower. Does he mean putting me on a pedestal? But I understand that maybe I have. And worse yet, I've done it without realizing it. How callous of me to ask you to be yourself, and yet I treat you as something you aren't. Tucker, I am sorry. How would you... He takes off his glasses and rubs his head with a massive paw, carefully placing them back when he is done. He doesn't know what to say. It was a small slight. Something I only really caught by accident. And yet to him, it was the world. Is that all? Is that all you would want? It is a start. To just be me. Okay. Of course, Tucker. I wouldn't ask anything else. So wholesome. After a few awkward minutes, that stretch on like marks, an assistant brings us some breakfast. That's right, I haven't even had breakfast yet. Bye. I'm disappointed to see nothing new, but it's not even been a day since I last asked. I didn't expect to see more. Doc doesn't so much as eat as he just does sit on the other side of the desk and watch me. Not staring, but just intently checking in on me as he writes notes and reads some new information as it comes in. He tells me it's all good so far. Whatever good means. Breakfast continues in a silent waltz, as Doc bounces from terminal to terminal, setting up future tests and taking notes. It's fine as I can zone it all out, but it does feel similar. I don't feel here, per se. I'm just as well in another room. I cannot leave doing things I don't understand with people who barely understand me. It's just Tucker, are you ready? I jump up startled. Turning in the direction of the voice, I see Doc, who is standing by a particularly large machine in one of the corners. I amble over as he just smiles. Ready. Oh, did I not? I'm sorry, I can explain it again. Shit, I must have been way more zoned out than I thought. Yeah, please do, Doc. Of course. This is, well, it has a long, complicated name, but I won't bore you with that. Essentially, it will just scan you and give us a good look at what's going on inside of you. Do you know what x-rays are? Again with the talking down to me? I know I should expect some, but it still does suck. I've explained to him that my species has been to space, right? Yeah, I know what x-rays are, Doc. Oh, good. I didn't want to have to try to explain that. Well, yes, this machine will scan you for that, along with some other things. Although it may take a while if that's alright. Perhaps we could do some scans over different sessions? Here, let me... No, it's fine. Easier just to get them done, yeah? Right. Very well. If you don't mind stepping in. Oh, if you could just rub again, that would be appreciated. Right. Of course. After stripping down my boxers again, I step into the machine and lay down. I think this is basically just an MRI machine. Or at least close to one. Although I am a bit worried about being bombarded with x-rays when another species has no idea what human radiation tolerance is. It'll be fine. Doc steps away before the machine closes. I can't even sit up anymore if I wanted to. He comes back around and I can barely see him crouched next to where my head is. Are you okay, Tucker? Do you think you can lay still for me while we take some scans? I put it on the lowest settings just to be safe. I think I'll be fine, Doc. But, how long do you think this will take? It may take up to a mark, I'm sorry to say. I can stay with you for most of it, though, if you would like. That is pretty long. As I readjust myself, I try to get more comfortable, but there's not a lot of wiggle room. If you don't mind, Doc. Of course. As he gets up, I hear the machine start to whir and, of course, feel nothing. I didn't expect to, but still. Doc leans back down. I can only see him out of the corner of my eye. He doesn't look nervous, just sad. He's done so much for me. I'd be happier if he didn't worry so much about me. Out of everyone here, he deserves to be happy that I'm out of my cell. I can't find a way to vocalize it, though, as the whir of the machine drowns out all thought. We sit in relative calm, which only breaks when Doc gets up to check on something. He gives a few non-committal grunts before coming back to rest beside me. It's cold, but not lonely. I nervously try to check on him every few minutes, craning my head uncomfortably back, I can't speak, yet trying to keep my movement to a minimum. It doesn't work all too well. He tries to spark up a conversation or two, but for some reason I find myself unable to respond. I don't think he takes offense. But what happened? I'm just not feeling well, I guess. Maybe tomorrow I'll... No, I promised! I have to tell him. Although, maybe I'll wait for when I can actually face him. The whirring continues and I almost nod off a few times, but after everything is done, I hear a few beeps and an excited Mara rushes over to the monitor. The machine unlocks and slowly opens. Are you okay, Tucker? Do you need help getting up? He extends a paw that I am quick to take as my legs have nearly fallen asleep. Sitting on the edge of the machine, my head feels like it's full of static as I try to regain some function of my body. To which he takes note. Are you okay, Tucker? I reach over and use him as a support to get up, propping myself against him. He moves to catch me and once again brushes up against my neck, if just barely. I look up only to be met with a mortified face. Right. Shit. No, it's fine. I'm just tired. Really? Here, let me... Gently swatting him away, I stand up on my own and stretch out a bit, letting the blood pump back into my limbs and clearing the fog from my brain. Doc still looks worried and invites me to come sit down as he still works on his monitor. Now's the time to ask. But, ask for what? We've talked about how it's hard for more right now. How it's hard to ask for more right now. Even being out of that cell is a blessing, but no. Maybe I can. The door slides open, causing me to jump as I whip my head to see who it could possibly be. Fortunately, it takes but a moment for my eyes to adjust as Maruk is standing there with a tray of food. Has it been that long already? Guess I was in that machine for longer than I'd thought. Doc casually readjusts his outfit and walks over to meet him. You're early. We weren't expecting you for another mark or so. Not happy to see me. And here I thought I was your favorite patient. Ha! No, I hate to say it, but I think you've been replaced. Haha, you're so funny, Seno. Anyways, something's come up, so I can't make it later. So, I decided better now than never. Anyways, I was getting bored on my break. While I'm not going to judge Maruk on his work ethic, the idea of him coming to see me earlier than he'd have to is pretty surprising. Maybe he just wanted an excuse to eat lunch early as well. I won't complain though, even if it's the same stuff as always I need today. I'm basically falling asleep here. Doc walks over and takes the tray from Maruk, allowing him to saunter around the lab a bit before grabbing a stool and sitting surprisingly close to us. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Oh, God. Yeah. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.